Good afternoon, traders. It is Friday, October 18th, 2019, and the U.S. stock market is closed. Well, Friday's reputation as being kind of a crazy trading day remains untarnished today. You can see here from the chart, Dow really took a pretty good hit today, kind of breaking out of a congested area out here and breaking out to the downside. There are some fundamentals behind this. Uh, there are two Dow stocks, Boeing and Johnson and Johnson. We're not trading either of them, but they both took a hit today. Boeing, Department of Transportation announced investigation of the certification process of the 737 MAX. That's been really weighing on Boeing's fortunes for quite a while now. And then at Johnson and Johnson, the great baby powder maker, they're uh, running into continued problems with them having found asbestos in baby powder, if you can believe it. Anyway, both those stocks took big hits today, and both those stocks are heavily weighted in the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So that had a lot to do with this big plunge. You can see here the Dow actually closed right on its low there. That doesn't look real good, um, but at the same time, the Dow has been famous lately from just reversing its trend from day to day. If I looked at this chart and we're trading tomorrow, I'd say, hey, it's going to open lower, but it's hard to say what could happen over the weekend. We'll just have to see. Given this big sell-off, we didn't do badly in the sense we weren't really beaten up by this at all. We got out of our existing positions from yesterday. We had quite a few of them, about 10 positions, I believe. We got out of those with positive eight, $900. Um, Not a great profit, but it was positive. We didn't lose money on this. We got into only three positions, one positive and two negative, and we are carrying negative $2,000 over the weekend going into Monday, but that's pretty minimal loss considering this big sell off that we had. Uh, I don't have a whole lot to show you, but I'll show you a couple of stocks. This was a disappointment this morning. This is Francisca's Holdings. I think I showed you this yesterday. We bought this thing yesterday right out of the gate, and it had a nice close on it. What was disappointing is that it had gapped up this morning on the open, and this thing was actually up $8,000, and then we got this horrible thing that happens to us too many times where it just sells off massively and stops us out right at the beginning of the day. We ended up closing out positive uh, $4,400 in Francisca's, and this this cut our profit where that we had up here in half. So we started out the day seeing $4,000 in profit evaporate in about 15 minutes. So that was not a good good start to the day, but pretty typical for Friday, unfortunately. And then as far as what we got into today, we only had one winning stock, This is DRIP, DRIP, which is the Oil and Gas Exploration Bear. And this had opened lower, but just climbed all day. Very strong move here. We didn't get into it till about 2 hours to go, but we did get into it, and it kept going and closed right near its high there, and we're holding positive $1,400 in drip. So at least the way things are right now, that looks pretty good. So kind of a uh, slow end to a week, but we actually had a fairly decent week, and maybe we'll have a better week next week. Let's hope. You guys have a great weekend. This is Trader Bob signing off. I will be back here on Monday as usual.